Of
Yes,
course, it's
yes.
me, Nate, and flanked by my co-host here, Cinco Simmons and Denver Milam. What up,
What
fellas?
it do? What
Going
it do?
on?
Yeah. Just trying to catch you boys up on some of the stuff that's been popping off in the league. You know, we're in conference championship week, big week for myself and a few other teams in the league here. The Final Four has pretty much been announced. As we're gonna start right off there, and just get Cinco and Denver's thoughts on, well, Cinco first off. I know you
What's up?
guys seen the video of him after his game or whatever. Give him another opportunity to kind of recap that game and some of his thoughts on the remaining games in the league. What's up?
It was good. Like I said in my live video broadcast, you know, shouts out to Joseph and the Broncos. It was good. Kind of dominated the whole game. It really wasn't anything good to take away from our side of it.
Yeah, you niggas got your head bust. I
Yeah,
see. And I
we
mean that in the
definitely
most
did not.
respectful way possible. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah, it's definitely a true
But
statement.
it looks like, he just hopped on y'all boys from jump. 14-3
Yeah,
after the
his
first
first
quarter.
his first drive, his
Yeah,
first drive, he scored in 4 plays.
yeah.
And I was
But
like, man, it's about to be a
shockingly,
long day.
the crazy part, if you look at the yardage and you look at the first downs, you look at all the stats that people say win games, you won
Yeah,
or you were close to winning or tied, you know what I'm saying, in those stats. You're looking at offensive yards. He had you at 400 to 369. Rush yards, he ran the ball better than yours, 175 to 108. But, I mean, 108 is a decent rushing game. Like, y'all did a pretty good job. And I seen Jordan Tyman pop one in that game,
yeah,
too. You doubled him up in first downs. He had 7, you had 14. It's crazy. Um,
yeah.
yeah, I mean, just overall, it looked like an even game, but if you look at the score, it didn't look so even. You know what I'm saying? You 50% in the
Big
red zone.
plays, man.
Yeah, and
Way
he's
too many
cashing
big
in.
plays.
You had 2 opportunities in the red zone where you came away with 2 field goals from what it's showing me.
Yeah, I had a fucking brain fart on uh in one of those drives. I ran a power run and got to the 1 yard line, and he was in like a 3-man front, but it was like a wide. It was like a 3-3-5 wide.
Yeah,
And instead of just going back in the huddle, just running a quarterback sneak, like anybody who's played knows, if it's inches, I'm running quarterback sneak.
yeah,
And I didn't. I hurried up, and I knew he was about to run commit. I should have called timeout. I ran the same play again, lost 4 yards, and I had to
yeah.
come up with a field. So it was just a couple of mental mistakes didn't help, but we just got outplayed that game, man. We just didn't show
Yeah,
up.
and Paxton Lynch really showed up. The man had a quarterback
Yeah,
rating of something stupid, 119.3, 241, 3 scores. He threw a pick, but for the most part, that man completed he only threw 13 passes. So really, it was the run game that did you in. I'm looking at it now. Like he had two. Well, no, he had a back with 143 yards and another back that was averaging 7.5 a carry. So that's pretty tough. You can't stop the run, man. You probably ain't gonna be, playing for a
yeah,
chance to go to the Super Bowl.
not
Corey
at
Coleman,
all.
as usual, 7 catches, 132 yards. Did you end up catching the game or any of it, Denver? Have you caught any of the games yet?
No, I caught a little bit of the Pittsburgh game,
Okay.
but that's it.
Yeah.
Had to watch my division rival not do too bad, but I mean,
Yeah.
when you win the easiest division, I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. All right. Well, you know what I'm saying? Big week again this week. Jaguars, Broncos. Who you guys got in that game, man? What you think? I think that's about to pop off here soon. So by the time we get this posted to the page, it'll probably be posted right with
Yeah.
that other game. So who you got?
I said in my live stream last night that I think it's gonna be good, but I think that Broncos team is prepared to fight for a championship.
Yeah.
Nothing daunting the Jags, man, but you got a young team, and I just think that Broncos team is just more dominant. I don't know, well, but you
Yeah.
never know, man. You never know.
Man, you got Von Miller on your team. Dominant is a very good word to associate with.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? You got backups backing up Hall of Fame talent. You know what I'm saying? DeMarcus Ware on the other side, and you got like first round picks that's backing him up, and like Shane Ray, and just a loaded team. It's crazy. But he ended up, Chris Harris is in there, so I mean, I guess that's a weakness. But then again, you got Roby, you got Talib, but Talib got hurt in the game against y'all, right?
He doesn't have to leave. Yeah, he got injured against me.
That's crazy. So who knows what happened there? What about you, Denver? What you got?
I'm gonna go with the Jaguars. I think no disrespect to Cinco over here, but I think the Broncos just had a really good game against his defense. I don't think, like you said, Paxton Lynch had a freaking stupid number for a QBR.
Yeah.
I don't think he puts that up. So I feel like Jaguars going to be able to push it down and hold them off and go to the Super Bowl against. I'm not going to spoil it. Who I'm picking next yet?
We're speaking of picking next. Big game on the NFC side. I guess that's the late game. For whatever reason, that man don't want to play tonight. So I mean, it's whatever. But Vikings Cowboys. I'm gonna abstain from giving my opinion on this game, being is that I know somebody that's playing in it. You know what I'm saying? But Cinco, what you think, man?
I'm gonna go with the Vikings. Like I said last night, man, I ain't throwing no shade at anybody, but I think that Vikings team is just better. Defense I played against it is fucking outrageous.
You put up like 30-something points against them niggas, bro. They won't be very happy
I
with
was
that.
clicking, but that defense is still fucking scary.
Yeah. Denver, what you got, bro?
Real quick, you're away in that game, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
All right, just gonna throw out there that you were 6-1 on the road.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna guess that continues. You move up to 7-1, and you're going to the Super Bowl.
Huh? Well, I definitely appreciate it, man. I definitely appreciate
JJ
it.
Watt.
My nigga,
4 sacks.
that's my guy, bro. Let me tell you, in the first game we played the Lions, I had an issue, and what is not a rule. I had an issue with just him dropping back really far, because JJ would have had like 8 sacks in that game, bro. He was destroying this man's left tackle, and he just kept kind of getting away because he was dropping back like 20 yards every pass play. So it's kind of a trip, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I hope JJ shows up, man. I really want him to show up. We need to bring that run game. You know what I'm saying? AD got to show up. He really hasn't had a big game this whole Tyron Smith. Yeah, but I mean, JJ has done a pretty good job against those big names. I thought he did a good job against Trent Williams when I played you. You know what I'm saying? That's about the same level of tackle or whatever. So I don't know, man. We'll see. But it's just that whole offensive line. You know what I'm saying? They can really move people. Like, I was watching him a couple weeks ago. I can't remember who it was he played, but it was like fucking line just laid this big ass hole, like just in the matter of a second. That shit was so big, and it stayed big for a long time. Usually on here you'll see a hole, but that shit'll close up real quick. Nah, not with these guys, man. It's crazy. But we're looking forward to it, man. We got the win over him last time. If I'm not mistaken, I want to say we played him in Dallas last time. Let me take a look at that. No, we played him in Minnesota, but we got a 22-6 win in Minnesota. Defense really showed up there, but I got to think that they're going to play a lot harder, man. We almost gave up damn near 300 yards of offense in that game. Just looking back at that, he had 299, and we didn't play well as an offense for real. We just took care of the ball and got touchdowns when we can. Got 6 turnovers on defense, so you know how that is, man. We got to just definitely want to get in that bitch and get some points this time around. Touchdowns instead of field goals, because that's kind of embarrassing. We had 1 touchdown in that game and just kicked a shitload of field goals. So we'll see, man. We just got to get out there, bitch, and execute. Get touchdowns in the red zone instead of field goals. But but man, we didn't even get to really recap any of the awards. Let's recognize some of these cats, man, that took home the trophies. You know what I'm saying? I know Cinco's probably hella excited and got stupid XP for Jordan Todman on the ridiculous season he had. But let's take a look at that shit, man. And shout out to, speaking of just yardage and things, man, shout out to Diggs. Last game in Seattle on the road. Treadwell got taken out of the game by Richard Sherman. He just straight up locked my man's up. Even though Treadwell caught the game winner, he really didn't have a good game. But this man had 8 catches for 230 and 3 touchdowns. Like, that's my dog. That's all I'm gonna say about that. He clowned out there. But
hey,
shout out to yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you good. You good.
I was gonna say, while we're giving shout outs, I'm gonna give one out to Chris Ivory. Came back, he was running like shit when he came back from injury. So I started running the Wildcat a little bit more. He ended the year with a passer rating of 142.7. So
he's gonna be a quarterback out here, huh? The next great quarterback.
He threw a touchdown, had a completion percent of 100. I can live with it.
That's crazy. But yeah, shout out to Jordan Todman on the MVP, leading the 12-4 Colts. Man, he was the best player in football this year. Broke Eric Dickerson's record, I want to say by 8 yards or something like that. Really pulled it off in the last game of the season. So definitely shout out to that man and Cinco for being at the helm there. And shout out to me for telling Cinco to start him. You know what I'm saying? I'm completely responsible for all that man's success this year. And I just wanted to put that shit out there, yo. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want anybody to get it tangled or twisted. You know what I'm saying? But we got Coach of the Year. He actually just took a loss in this last game. We just seen him take a loss to the Cowboys. Roger Green, RJ Green. Shout out to that man. Very consistent dude. Definitely on a much more somber note or whatever, you know, praying for that man down there with that hurricane. I think he lives in that area where it's going to be really impacted, so we might not hear from him for a couple days. But shout out to you guys on that, man. Hopefully everything works out with that and everything. But yeah, Coach of the Year. With a 13-3 record, he was the number 2 seed in the NFC. Had some big wins. I think he beat Seattle and he beat Dallas in the regular season. You know what I'm saying? So he had 2 of the top 3 seeds took losses from him. So had a really, really good season. And shout out to him for that. Just touching on some of these AFC awards. Jordan Todman, Offensive Player of the Year. You know, it's the Jordan Todman Show. Lonnie Ballantyne with damn near 20 interceptions this year was Defensive Player of the Year. Texans a couple games short of the playoffs. They were 9-7. Had a strong season, but I'm sure they're looking to rebound going into next season. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Corey Coleman. So it's you know, it's a bright future down there in Indianapolis, man. You got a lot of young dudes up here taking awards home, man. Yeah. Man, shout out to Denver. Just shouting out my dude on the mic, man. Cody Kessler, number 7 in Offensive Rookie of the Year, man. He said that's his quarterback of the future, man. And that man is out there just trying to establish himself. You know what I'm saying? Moving to defense.
Fight on. Next year, he's ready.
Yeah, fight on. SC quarterbacks, right? Yeah, man. And I'm pissed off they canceled that LSU game Saturday, man. I'm pissed
Against Florida?
off.
That's garbage.
Yeah, because of the storm. But look, we offered them dudes to move the game to Baton Rouge. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't want to do it. I really believe it was they didn't want to risk. Yeah, I really believe they didn't want to risk, you know, losing another game, and they would be out of the conference championship race. You know what I'm saying? Because they've already lost to Tennessee. I think that's why. You know what I'm saying? We were the favorite anyway, and it was going to be tough beating us in the swamp, and it was going to be near impossible probably beating us in Death Valley. So I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't necessarily think they were scared. I just think they were opportunistic. You know what I'm saying? They saw an opportunity to postpone it and make sure we end up playing that game in the swamp or whatever. But it's crazy, man, because I'm pissed. The Saints are on a bye, and LSU's not playing this weekend, so I have no rooting interest for any football this weekend, and I'm pissed off about that, bro. It's not what's up at all. But yeah, man, Defensive Rookie of the Year. I don't know who the hell Sean Davis is, but he's the Defensive Rookie of the Year. Pittsburgh Steelers cornerback.
Yeah, I was looking for him when I was playing the Steelers.
Yeah.
And I don't know what number he is. I don't know.
This motherfucker don't exist. It's like, where's Waldo or something like that, man. Like, you know what I'm saying?
He's under the radar, man.
Yeah, it's super under the radar. So much under the radar, he don't even show up to the games. It's crazy.
He probably sits on the bench or something. He's at home watching the game. They're like, you know what? He's Rookie of the Year, man.
Right. He probably got some of them Chris Ivory stats, you know what I'm saying, with the passing or whatever. And they just rocking off that one game total or some shit. I don't know. I'd have to get Rodney on the mic, man, and see what is he doing with this guy? Like, are you playing him at safety or something like that? And that's why he's balling. But because I don't recall seeing him ever in any of the streams, man. It's crazy.
And I don't play this. Oh yeah, I do play the Steelers. I don't remember seeing him.
In your yeah, he's in your division. You play him twice, and you ain't even see him. That's some wild shit, bro. But best quarterback in the AFC, Blake Bortles, who is probably coming out the tunnel right now, man, for his big game. So definitely
watching the stream right now.
Yeah, definitely, man. I wish there was a way. I don't know. Do you guys think YouTube
God,
would
man.
show up on this stream?
Yeah. My fault.
Like if I went to one of their streams right now, and you know, like if I went in the YouTube app on here, would that shit show on the podcast?
I don't know.
We're gonna have to try that shit, man, because maybe, you know, next season we could do some live games up here. You know, us three kind of commentate and follow the game. You know, throughout maybe one of the game of the weeks or something like that. Just add a little wrinkle to the league. And shout out to Denver, man, working on the website for us. If you guys got any creative ideas or anything you guys think should be on the website, definitely, man. Just you know, just shout out to it, you know, or make a post or whatever you want to do. Reach out to Denver in his inbox or something like that, and we'll try to get something going with that. But shout out to everyone.
I promise it won't always look as shitty as it is right now.
Oh yeah, man, it's the beginning stages. I ain't even put anything out there yet. We ain't even really done anything, so no pressure. You know, we got a whole off season about to crank off here. That should give you a couple days or a week or two to where you can get it right for us.
Probably like a day.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Drafts tomorrow, guys.
Yeah. Okay. Best running back, of course, the MVP, Jordan Todman in the AFC. Shout out to that man, an incredible season. Wide receiver, Amari Cooper. Shout out to Mario Warren. They had a disappointing last few weeks of the season that kind of got him taken out of the playoffs, which is a trip. But you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Best offensive line, Trent Williams. Big season, huge trade for that man. He really helped pull that offensive line together. He's actually got Jake Newhort at like number 3 too. So you know that y'all boys is like building a decent line over there in Indy too. So best D line, DeMarcus Ware. Yeah, I mean there's nothing much that you can say about that guy. I guess he moved him to DN. I didn't think about it, right? Because he's an offensive linebacker.
Yeah,
outside linebacker.
He has DeMarcus Ware at DN. He has he moved Derek Wolfe to D tackle. He has Shaquille Barrett at the other DN, and then he has Von Miller at outside linebacker.
That's crazy. He's moving them around, man. That's crazy. Best linebacker, Rob Ninkovich. Very shocking, man. It's not a big name that you would expect right there, but shout out to Rob Ninkovich, who was a Saint twice and now plays for the All right, give me 1 second. Go ahead. When y'all take over, man? Best DB, real quick.
Game update, man. The Broncos fumbled on the first possession, and Jacksonville capitalized on the first play and threw a touchdown to Allen Hurns. So it's 7-0 right now.
Holy shit, Allen Hurns, dude.
Yeah.
He's a freaking stud.
He threw it to the side where Aqib Talib would be, so
taking advantage.
Yeah, we'll see if he'll
finding the mismatches
after that matchup for the rest of the game. He actually fumbled on the kickoff return too, but he got his own recovery back, so that could have been a 14-point swing on him.
Is it 7-0 right now?
Yeah.
The Jaguars have the ball.
They're actually about to get the ball. The Broncos just went 3 and out. It was 4-1.
Jaguars have it at the 4.
Oh, I'm probably wrong. I'm probably behind.
Blake Bortles with the pass from the inside the end zone. Got 9 yards. 3 for 3, 68 yards and a touchdown. So he's taking advantage.
Yeah.
Finding ways to win.
Like I said, man, my team, man, they didn't hop off the plane. Either that or they were just high from all that weed in Denver. Because, man, this man scored on me in the first 4 plays. I was like, man, it's about to be a long afternoon. And you
That's
can't
how
get
my whole
behind with
season went.
that.
Y'all
You can't
talking
get
about Blaine
behind.
Gabbert for real, man? You talking about Blaine Gabbert like you really thought that man was gonna really where that dude's awful, man.
Hold on, what happened?
I said y'all talking about Blaine Gabbert right now?
No,
No, I'm
Oh,
saying
okay,
about
okay. I thought I
the,
heard you. I thought I heard somebody mention Blaine Gabbert.
I said
And
Blake Bortles.
Okay. My bad. Let me shut the hell up then. But
Talking about the
well,
Jaguars game
Blaine
right
Gabbert
now.
did just throw a pick, so yeah, he's fucking trash.
the Jaguar. Oh, they're playing. Oh yeah, you did say they're playing right now. Anybody score yet? You said 7-0.
7-0 Jags.
Okay. Dante full of shit,
3-0.
man. Because he's sitting all there talking about how he's gonna lose this game and he doesn't think his team is good enough. And then all of a sudden he gets in the playoffs, he's pulling out wins.
I think
Full of
that's
shit.
how he. I think that's like his ritual to like make
Yeah.
his team win.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
he
well, it's
talks
his
himself
thing.
down.
Man, look,
He talks himself
I'm gonna keep it
down,
real.
man.
That's his way of if he lose, he can say, "Okay, I didn't
Yeah,
expect to
I
win."
told you so.
No, he's full of shit. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you think he outsmarted somebody. Well, anyway, back to the awards. Best DB, Lonnie Valentine in the AFC. Best kicker, Brandon McManus. NFC wise, just gonna run through these a little quick.
He
What's
better
up?
win best kicker. This man made a 62-yard fucking field
62.
goal.
Yo, I seen that live. That was crazy. That was
Man, I was
crazy,
like,
dude.
yo, this is the most.
Bro, it was like it's a video game, and I was watching the ball travel through the air, and it felt like it was in the air for like 5 minutes. It was crazy. You know what I'm
What's
saying?
crazy though is he had 5 yards to spare. He could have made a 67-yard field goal.
Yeah.
I was
That
like,
shit
this is not our
bananas.
day, fellas.
Yeah. In Denver, what they say, the thin air up there, man. You know what I'm saying? The mile high.
Yeah.
It's a trip. But NFC Offensive Player of the Year, David Johnson. NFC Defensive Player of the Year, Michael Bennett. Big year for him in Seattle. Shout out to Seattle. They were the #1 seed in the NFC. Terrence Blair, at the helm there. Moving to Offensive Rookie of the Year, Ezekiel Elliott, who continues to carry that Cowboy offense as a rookie. So you got to think that after the season and all that XP that's going to hit him with, he's going to be ready to go because he's already at 88 overall. I don't know if he's getting any more, but it looks pretty good. Shout out to Laquan Treadwell at #3 though in the Offensive Rookie of the Year, man. That dude had like 80 catches and 1,200 yards for me. That's my guy, man.
Nice.
Ready to go. Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Jacksonville scored again, 14-0 now.
Okay.
With a minute 20 left in the first.
Okay, punching his ticket to the Super Bowl, huh? He's trying to get it.
He's ready.
That's crazy. Deion Jones, 13-3 Cowboys. Deion Jones is a rookie, of course, Defensive Rookie of the Year. He got him in a trade from Atlanta. This is like my LSU guy who ran like the 4.3, 4.4 in real life at the combine. So definitely support Deion Jones, but definitely I'm not looking forward to playing him. Best quarterback, Eli Manning. Shout out to Tevis Smith. Best running back, David Johnson once again. Best wide receiver, Julio Jones. How does art imitate life so much, man? This man had a monster game in real life the other day. Did any of y'all catch that?
Real life? Yeah.
Yeah, 300 yards receiving. Like, what kind of shit is that, bro? I think on like 12 catches. This motherfucker here is a trip. Best O-line, Tyron Smith. Cinco was just talking about it.
Yeah.
And he's, we're looking forward to battling that man out there. J.J. Watt draws that assignment next week. This week or whatever. Best D-line, Brandon Graham for the Eagles. Dave Smith. Shout out to him getting an award with Brandon Graham. Best linebacker, Rolando McClain. Best DB, Earl Thomas. Best kicker, Dan Bailey. So Cowboys and Seahawks pretty much dominated a lot of the NFC awards. So it's a trip. All right, well, damn, bro. I want to check and see if I can play this game. That would be really dope. If I know if I broadcast, I don't know if it'll let me do it from broadcast YouTube on here. So one day I'm gonna have to try that out and see if that'll allow us. And next season we can make that jump, man.
Yeah, that'll be dope.
Yeah. But let's take a look at some of the NFL picks. Unless y'all wanted to, have something y'all wanted to touch on.
Um, no, not really. I'm looking
Okay.
forward to the off season, man. I know Denver is. Well, no, did you trade the both of your picks, right? The first rounders.
Actually, okay. Since you bring that up, I was all three of them were gone for a minute. All
Uh-huh.
three of those first rounders were gone. Then something fell through, so now only one of them's gone. So I'm still going to be sitting at 6 and 29 right now. But if the Jaguars win, it's going to drop down to 30 at the earliest.
Okay.
That's crazy.
I'm looking forward to the off season, man. Hopefully, some big guys can land in free agency. Hopefully, like somebody to help my dreaded defense. Can I get a stud for 300, Alex? Please, something.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
But yeah,
Joe Thomas going to be gone next year. Brown's looking nasty.
Okay. Okay.
Got the new O-line.
You got a brand new O-line. It's a trip. Didn't you trade what, Cameron Irvin at one point this year too?
Right at the beginning.
Yeah, that's crazy. Them
I
dudes
got-
down
I
in
got
Jacksonville, one game away from the Super Bowl. A lot of those cats, they're like, we done got out of Denver and we're playing. I mean, we done got out of Cleveland and we're playing for a championship just this year. That's a trip, man.
Well, hopefully next year I'll be in that situation.
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
Defense
Defense is
goal.
our biggest problem. I think I gave up like 500 and something points this year.
That's nuts. That's absolutely
I'll tell you in
nuts.
a second. I'll slide in and look.
Yeah, definitely.
Points against right here. I gave up 485. Third most.
Man, this guy Demarius Thomas is insane.
Yeah. What's it? Did he score? Or what's going on there?
No, it was like 3rd and 15. And Paxton Lynch was rolling to his right and threw across his body to his left. And Demarius Thomas didn't have a shot at that ball, but he just left his feet and glided in the air and caught it. But it's 4th and inches. So he's going
Yeah.
for it, though.
There you go. There you go. Barbecue and mildew out here, huh? All right. So we're looking at the Cardinals. We're just looking at some of the real life NFL games. Just gonna run through some picks like we did last week. You know what I'm saying? My upset pick last week, the 49ers, didn't really pull it off. So even though they were really close, I was really shocked.
Yeah.
I think me and Denver both predicted a pick from Dak Prescott, and he didn't throw a pick. So, you know what I'm saying? He
He's
continues.
31. He completes 32 more in a row.
He'll break
Or
that
if he
record.
throws 32 more without an interception, he'll break the record
Yeah,
for most games in a row without a pick, or most attempts in a row without a pick to start a career.
yeah.
And that's
true.
that's a hell of an achievement, man.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, man, for a dude who was a zone read quarterback in high school, and then a zone read quarterback in college. He looks like just a straight
Got
stud
taken
in
in
the
the 4th
pocket.
round.
Yeah. So I guess
4th
these
round
dudes,
starting right
man.
now, and
But you know what, man? I think this is a theory I have. I'm starting to think that the NFL is starting to become easier to play quarterback. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these dudes used to not be able to come in and pick up this stuff and be really, really good. But it's been, look, man, the last few years, these dudes that's been coming out of college, like Jameis looks good for the most part, even though they slumping right now. But I think they got more to do with the team not being as good. Mariota looks like he's going to be okay. Like, these dudes are able to step in and just really produce, and Dak is really leading that charge right now, so it's a trip. Even though I don't think Dallas has really played anybody yet. But we'll definitely see this weekend because they got the Bengals coming to town. So we'll definitely see what's up with that. But just starting off, I guess we're not going to predict the winner of a game that's going on right now. What's the score, Cinco? Cardinals and the 49ers?
It's 14-0, and Dante just
14-0?
made 3 huge plays and back to back to back.
Nigga, I was talking about
Emmanuel-
Arizona and the 49ers, the real life game that's on right now.
Oh,
You done turned that shit.
Nah, I switched to this stream. I
Yeah.
want to see what's happening. Our game is still a laugher because we got blank. It's 24-14. We're not gonna score.
Oh, okay. So that might be a wrap then. I'm gonna be honest with you. I would have picked the Cardinals anyway. I'm not saying that because I know the score, but I probably would have picked them niggas anyway. And Drew Stanton is doing it to y'all. They ain't even Carson Palmer. That's a trip. But
Drew Stanton, he plays pretty well when he's in.
yeah, but he looked
he's
like
maybe-
some shit. Like, but he's not Carson Palmer though. You know what I'm saying? He's a backup.
Right.
on the road. Like, that's not supposed to be how that pops off in the NFL, but you know, it is what it is. All right, first game, we got the Patriots and Browns. I'm not even going to insult Tom Brady and pick this game, and I'm gonna just leave it to you guys. Like, who you guys got? Yeah, it's kind of yeah, man. Them dudes about to take it on the chin. They about to catch a bad one out there, bro, for real. But you know, Denver, do you feel differently? Do you think, you know, you want to support your game team right now on the at home versus the Patriots?
I'm gonna go against the status quo. I'll take the Browns.
Nah. Yeah, dare to be different.
Tom Brady about to be rusty.
Yeah. Tom Brady about to hit them boys for something like 350 and 4 touchdowns. It's about to be bad, man. I don't see. There's no rationale that would have me pick the Browns in that game. This motherfucker about to go off, bro. But
I just don't like the Patriots. That's
neither. I don't think anybody does, unless you're a Patriot fan or from that area. Fuck them. Like, I'm not a big but you know, let's call a spade, because Belichick ain't losing no Browns the week he gets his quarterback back. I refuse to believe that. But I didn't think they'd get shut out at home by the Bills. So, hey, who knows? You know what I'm saying?
Never know.
Yeah. Lions and Eagles. I think I'm going to go with the Eagles. They're undefeated. They're gonna stay undefeated, even though Detroit is one of those teams that can pop up and grab a win at any given time. So, I'll definitely stick with the Eagles on this one.
Yeah, I'll take the Eagles on this one. I think
number one defense in football. Crazy.
Yeah, they have a quarterback who's just not making any bad decisions.
Crazy. That's another young quarterback that's coming right in the league, and it's easy for these dudes now. Maybe it's because you can't touch them and can't rough them up like you used to be able to. You can't really touch the receivers, so it's like playing 7-on-7, and these dudes are, you know, as long as they stay clean out there and not taking big hits, they end up, you know, posting these big numbers and getting wins. Denver, what you think, man? Eagles or Lions?
I'm going with the Eagles, man. Part of it, I can't go with the Lions. Coming from Michigan as a Packers fan, can't go with them. But Carson Wentz, he's played amazing.
Yeah, he's
offense since he came in. And him and Dak Prescott, I know we're not talking about the Cowboys yet. That's a few games away. But they're both freaking just tearing it up.
Yeah.
So I don't see that changing this week.
Yeah, they're monsters, man.
Especially against the Lions. I haven't seen them be able to stop a nosebleed yet. So
yeah, it's gonna have to be a shootout if there were anything. But I don't think you could shoot out with the number one defense in football. Like, if you really look at the Eagles roster in real life, man, like, there's a lot of talent on that team. Like, another guy that my team just threw away, Malcolm Jenkins, for fucking Jarius Byrd, who looks like a fucking scrub at this point. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got a guy, Malcolm Jenkins, who went from he was a first-round pick at corner, and he's one of the better safeties in football, and he plays both safety positions at a really, really high level. So you got him, Brandon Graham, Fletcher Cox, who's probably the best player on that defense, Kendricks. Just a ton of talent on that team, man. They got Tigers all in that secondary too, Denver. I know you're going to like that. Jalen Mills, Ron Brooks, both of those dudes are starters there now. Jalen Mills went in like the 6th round, and he's a starter.
That's why they're winning.
Yeah. Got to have a Tiger on your defense, man. Benny Logan out there too. So definitely support all my guys from LSU in the league. But yeah, man, next game here, the Bears and Colts. I think the Bears got their first win last week. I think they get their second win this week because the Colts just suck. I don't understand how with that quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's really probably just that quarterback and T.Y. So did he score again?
Yes.
It's 21-0?
21-3.
Oh, that's bananas, man. That's absolutely bananas. That man was talking about he ain't stand a chance. That's crazy. But yeah, man, Bears get their second win. What you got, Cinco?
Yeah, I'm going with the Bears.
Okay.
It sucks that the Colts are fucking ass, man. They have Andrew Luck. But
How,
it's not,
right?
I don't even think, like, I think it's the front office fault, man. They're not
I
putting
agree.
anything around them.
I agree. I
They're not
don't know if
putting
y'all watch
anything
any of
around
those early morning sports shows like First Take and that Undisputed joint with Skip Bayless and them. They made reference to that. I can't remember if it was Colin Cowherd that was on there. He pretty much just said that's the most dysfunctional front office in professional sports. Like your owner is a drunk. You know what I'm saying? And you really got a GM that has done nothing to really help the talent around this quarterback. I mean, you lose Reggie Wayne after the injury or whatever, and he has to end up retiring. But you know, it's just Ty and him. You don't go get him a running back or something. If I were them, I would just tank for Leonard Fournette. Like that would be a guy that could really inject some quick, you know what I'm saying, skill into your offense, man. They need another alternative other than Andrew Luck. But they definitely got to still draft O-line, so I don't know what the deal is with that. What you got, Denver?
All right, well, both teams suck, obviously. I think both of them have one win, if I'm correct, and it's both of them have it against the Lions. So, I mean, that also means nothing.
Actually, the Colts beat somebody else. I don't think they beat the Lions. Oh, did they? Yeah, they did. You're right. You're right. Excuse me.
They came back and beat them.
Excuse me. You're right.
Pretty sure they did.
Yeah. No, you know what I watched? I thought the Colts beat
Lions came back and won that game.
Yeah, I thought they threw a touchdown. Like in real life.
Okay. My bad.
Jack Doyle caught the game winner, and then they came down and scored.
So I mean, I guess I gotta make a pick. I can never be on the side with Cutler or any team that Cutler's on, so I gotta go with the Colts. It's not even that it's the Bears. It's just Cutler's horrible.
It's just Cutler. He's not playing though. I don't think. I think Brian Hoyer's gonna get the start. I think he's still hurt. But
it don't matter. Whatever time becomes worse.
They got a jersey with his name on it. You don't fuck with it, right? I hear that.
Just down.
All right, Titans and Dolphins. This is a peculiar game to pick because I want to, you know, both of these teams suck, is what I'm saying, pretty much. But I'll go with the Titans. I just think, you know, it just looks more positive there. Tannehill is $100 million quarterback, like, and that bothers me. Like, how are you a $100 million quarterback when you're Ryan Tannehill? Yeah, like, come on, man. Like, y'all can do better than that. But it's a trip, man. Yeah, man, that should be a pretty unwatchable game. So I don't want to have any part of that one. Like, the Titans win. On to the next. What you think, Cinco?
Yeah, I got the Titans.
Yeah. Denver.
I'm going with the Titans.
Clean sweep.
You gotta.
Yeah, it's a trip.
If you want to win a lot of money, go with the Dolphins.
Yeah.
The Broncos get on the board.
Broncos get on the board 21-10 then, right?
Yeah,
what quarter are we looking at? Second?
Second, with a minute left.
He's having
Jags
some issues. So who gets the ball at half?
I think the Jags do.
The Jags
so this is a big drive.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you got to get you know, if they can get I was thinking if, you know, the Broncos get the ball at halftime, they can probably get themselves back in the game. But Dante, you know, is typically pretty good at those championship drives. When he needs a touchdown, he's pretty good at getting it. But yeah, man, next game on the slate, the Washington Redskins and the Ravens. I personally think, because I live in this area, Cinco, you live in this area, that's the Redskins are the area team, but you can kind of say the Ravens have a strong following in the area too, being in the DMV and everything. This should be an entertaining game, and I think I might actually watch this whole game because I'm sure it's going to be the one on TV. Fuck the Redskins. But I got the Sunday ticket app anyway, but ain't no other games really interest me at 1 o'clock for real like that, so I think this tech. Yeah, I'll say this one, but I'll probably say I think Baltimore had been escaping, you know what I'm saying, a lot of these games. They're 3-1. It caught up to them last week with the Raiders. I think it's going to catch up to them this week with the Redskins. I don't know, man. I just think that team's kind of trending up a little bit. I think they won their last two. You know, Norman is starting to look a lot better. The defense is starting to look a lot better. They were playing some tough competition early. You got to open up against the Steelers, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? You got to play a division rival on the road, and the Giants. Yeah, man, that's just a big win. I just think that win versus the Giants, you get a gimme game against the Browns. Now you kind of test yourself against better competition with the Ravens. I'm gonna go ahead and pick the Redskins in this one in a close game, probably like something like 24-20.
Broncos forced a 3-and-out. They got the ball 46 seconds.
Oh, okay. Okay. What you think though, man?
Uh,
Redskins or Ravens? What you got?
I got. Uh, I don't know. I think I want to take the Ravens, but I just don't. That team is just so. I don't understand how they're. I don't know. They got a great organization, great coaching. So they're
Yeah.
going to be in the right spots and all that. But I don't know. I'm gonna take the Ravens, man. I
Yeah.
think they can. I think they pull it out. It's a battle of like Maryland, that Washington area up
Yeah,
north.
yeah, yeah. I think it's gonna be a lot of hoopla about that coming this weekend. So
I think they'll get up for it. And
yeah,
I think the Ravens will.
yeah. Okay, Ravens pull it out, man. They improved to 4-1 in Cinco's eyes. What you got, Denver, man? 4-1 Ravens. Or are we talking about a 3-2 Washington Redskins team?
I'm talking about a 3-2 Redskins team.
Ah, there we go.
They're gonna keep on going up.
Great minds,
Like you said,
man.
Norman's getting a lot better.
Yeah,
And I mean, like you said, they just kind of had some weird games to start the year. But I
yeah,
feel like now they're starting to kind of get where they're in the groove, and Norman's playing the way he's getting paid to play.
yeah.
And I think his energy too, because he's kind of a nut, dude.
Oh yeah, he's
He's
insane. Because a lot of people want to point that whole shit last year on Odell that was just on him. Granted, Odell had, and we'll talk about that. Odell had, his emotions. He lost control of his emotions in that game. But Josh Norman was out there doing the full too. Like, let's not act like he was not that tripping either. So I definitely agree with you. It's kind of crazy, but sometimes you need a
But
goon.
that's gonna go around. That's gonna spread to that team. They're gonna catch fire.
Yeah. I really believe in that team. You got to think that they have, a chip on their shoulder because I watch a ton of those preseason football shows and I watch an awful lot of NFL Network and nobody was picking the Redskins to win the back-to-back in the division, and they won the division last year. So, I definitely, now losing to the Cowboys hurts. You lose to them at home, you got to play them again on the road, but, we'll just see within the next few weeks. But I'm with you, Denver. I think them dudes is pointing and trending in the right direction, and this will be definitely a step in that direction if they can get that win on the road against Baltimore.
Hey, real quick too. Last week, I'd like to shout out to the real life Colts and to Cinco and to the Jags because that game ended with the same score in real life as it did in the league.
Yeah. And the Jaguars, and they was in London and shit too, right? That's the London game.
It was the correct score for both teams. It ended right.
Yeah, that's nuts. That's nuts. That's probably the biggest rivalry in EMG right now, I would say. And now we gotta, and if he wins a third time in a row, it's probably not going to be considered a rivalry anymore. But for right now, I'll give it that stamp. There's been some close competitive games in that series so far. Texans and Vikings on the game. I lost this. This was my first loss of the season. I don't think that's gonna happen to the real life Vikings because I think they're the best team in football. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like I'm just that. I got this Superman crush on their defense. Like no homo. Like their defense is just full of studs and they just make play after play after play. They've only given up 12 points a game throughout the season. That's like close to an NFL record. So they're pretty damn good, man. And I just really think they've done a good job of hiding the fact that they don't really have an AD. Adrian Peterson's not been there, and the Texans haven't really proven that they can beat a really good team yet. They got I think they're 3-1. The only time they played a good team, they got embarrassed on Thursday Night Football. So I'll probably go with the Minnesota Vikings on this one. Comfortable win, 24-14. Defense does it again.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow suit. I think the Vikings are just really the best team in football. Sam Bradford is getting better every week. He's starting to learn the offense more. He's getting comfortable with Diggs and especially Kyle Rudolph. I like Kyle Rudolph.
Yeah, it's definitely crazy.
Yeah, I think they keep rolling. The Texans, the one big game they had, they got shut out.
Yeah. And then you put J.J. Watt on IR, so your defense is automatically weakened. Yeah. Who's the leader of your team now? You know what I'm saying? You had him to lead on. You got to think a guy like Vince Wilfork needs to step up or somebody like that or Brian Cushing. But, You don't replace the best defensive player in football the last, what, 2 of the last 3 years, man, won defensive player of the year. You just don't replace him and still be able to produce like you've been producing. But maybe, maybe they prove me wrong, but I'm going to go with the Vikings on this one, man. Denver, what you got, man?
Vikings are at home. Texans, like you said, the 1 week they played someone, they got killed. They look like they look worse than my high school team out there. So I'm gonna say the Vikings stay undefeated. But now when I go with that, I want to ask one question before we get to the Cowboys game. And since we passed the Eagles game, who stays undefeated the longest?
It's tough because personally, the Eagles have the number one, statistically, they have the number one defense in football. But like I said, I feel like the Vikings have if I had to rank defenses, you know what, I'm not going to disrespect the Broncos. In real life, the Broncos probably have the best defense in football. But I think the Vikings are really, really close to them. And I would pull the Eagles like right behind them guys somewhere. So I just think the fact that you can't score on Minnesota, man, and they just, I don't know. I got those dudes as my fantasy defense, and they average like 17 points a game, bro. It's like having a backup running back. You know what I'm saying? Like, these boys is real. So I would probably say that they pull it out longer. I really have to look at the schedule. I don't remember the schedule right off the top of my head. But it's really about who you play. I don't think the Eagles have a lot of tough games coming up here soon. But I'll say the Vikings, man. Out of the pack, like, cause I'm nervous this week for the Broncos, to be honest with you, man. Like, cause they got a
Eagles
tough matchup.
Eagles play Redskins next week.
Yeah. Oh, that should be a good one. That should be a really good, really good game. That's another one that's gonna be on CB Cinco. Set your clock to it, bro. Yeah. But yeah, man. Like I would say the Vikings because I'm playing with them. I got a man crush on them, like I said. So I'll say that. I don't know.
I go with the Eagles.
The Eagles, yeah. Well,
like you said, those 3 defenses you mentioned are 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
But it's really 1A, 1B, 1C.
Yeah.
Take one,
Definitely.
put it in, do whatever you want with it.
So much, bro.
This nigga here.
But,
what happened? Is this Blaine Gabbert?
Threw another pick.
Yeah.
Oh, he dropped it. But still, it's a pick.
What happened with the last drive for the Broncos? Did they get anything on that?
No, they didn't. They went to halftime.
Okay. Moving to the next game, Jets Steelers. The Jets are reeling. The Jets are really reeling because of what we talked about the last time we were on Inside Zone, man.
Yeah.
That quarterback is terrible. And they should have just went ahead and made the decision in the offseason to say, okay, you got us a 10-6 season. Whenever we needed you, you fucking disappeared. Let's start Geno Smith, Christian Hackenberg, or Bryce Petty. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's time to bench that guy, or your season's going to be done. So I'm definitely looking at the Steelers with a big win, but hopefully Brandon Marshall, who's my favorite receiver on the planet, man, hopefully he still has a big game. But I'll go Steelers in this one.
Yeah, I got Steelers in the laugher. I think they sliced them boys up, man. I think Revis has another poster boy moment with AB.
Man, at some point you got to stop putting him on these dudes if that's the case. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, man. At some point you got to stop. You got to stop putting him on those big time receivers now, man. He's probably not that guy anymore. But yeah, man. Denver, who you got in this one?
Steelers, Le'Veon tears it up again.
Yeah.
AB tears it up again.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, that's one of the best duos
Oh yeah.
the team has now.
That's the '90s Cowboys right there, bro. That's that Emmitt Smith, Michael Irvin, Troy Aikman thing they got cracking right now, man. It's the triplets all over again.
24-10 Jags, third quarter, 3 minutes.
Man, shout out to Dante, man. Talking about he was gonna lose with this lying ass. He knew he wasn't about to lose that game.
Screw Dante.
Yeah, I knew, right? So next game, man, this is the one I said I was scared for the Broncos on, man, the Falcons, but they're playing in Mile High. So you got to think that's an advantage. Julio Jones is just really, really good, and they've been able to run the ball. Maybe I'm basing this on too much on what they did to my awful defense down in New Orleans, but it looks like their offense has kind of found a stride. They just You know, I mean, the only team they lost to is the Bucks, which I don't understand. You lose to the Bucks at home, and then you go on this 3-game win streak. You know what I'm saying? Where you beat the Raiders on the road, the Saints on the road, and you beat the defending division champs in there. You know what I'm saying? And put Cam Newton out of the game. So they out here hitting folks all of a sudden in Atlanta. And they used to not play defense at all. So that's a trip. But I'm going to go Broncos, man, because my soul can't make me pick the Falcons. I'm on some Jay Cutler shit from Denver. Like, I just don't like their jerseys. I don't like their stadium. I don't like their team. I don't like their fans. I don't like the city of Atlanta. Fuck the state of Georgia. Just as a whole, like, fuck them niggas. So I'm going to go Broncos all day. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to fight my nervousness. Yeah, as a staff, a record label, and all that shit, man. Hit them up. I'm going to drop a diss track on these niggas at some point in my life. But, yeah, man. Go Broncos. Cinco.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Broncos in this game. Is Trevor Siemian playing this game?
He is. They said he could have played in the last game, but I guess they felt they had that shit under control, so they left Paxton Lynch in. He got some man. And don't it seem like, and maybe just to me, but this nigga their organization is starting to look a lot like the Patriots, just making smart ass decisions to not overreact to people leaving and all that extra shit. Like, you lose Malik Jackson, you don't go nuts and pay him this stupid ass contract to be a run stop and defensive end. You know what I'm saying? You say, okay, we could just put another guy there, and those guys are producing. You lose Peyton Manning, and you know what I'm saying? You draft a guy in the first round, and you don't rush to put him in there. You take a Trevor Siemian in there, and you kind of let your defense carry him and the run game carry him, and they make the offensive line better. So it's just, man, them niggas are starting to look like how the Patriots, well, you can say the Patriots still look now, but just filling guys in and it just works. All the shit that they choose to do works. But it's just a trip. Denver, who you got, man?
No joke, I just blacked out. We're on the Falcons Broncos.
Falcons Broncos.
Yeah.
The Falcons do that shit to me too, bro. I black out when I think about them assholes too.
I know. I started hearing about diss tracks, and
yeah,
I was getting the Drake feels for a minute. You gotta take Broncos, man. That defense, they're stellar, dude. Like I said, 1A, 1B, 1C with the Eagles, Vikings, Broncos. So, I mean, I don't think Falcons can do much. But Julio might have a big game again, but I mean, he's going to be the only bright spot there for him.
If they're going to win, Julio can't have a big game. Like, they threw, I think Matt Ryan dropped back 50-something times against the Carolina Panthers. If he drops back 50-something times against Von Miller and Shane Ray, who had 3 sacks last week, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he drops back on that defense 50 times, he's going to go home in a body bag, bro. Like, they're going to kill him. That shit going to get bad. Like, so I really don't think they're going to do that. If they're going to win, it's going to have to be Tevin Coleman and what's that nigga's name? Freeman or whatever. And they're going to have to carry those dudes to victory. But I don't see that happening. Not in Mile High. They'll get the win and, you know, improve to, 5-0? But yeah. Taking a look at the Bengals and the Cowboys. Denver was talking about this early. So I guess I'll let you lead the way on this one, man. You said you had some stuff to say about this one. And Dak, what you think, man?
What I was going to talk about was frickin' Dak Prescott. He's probably one of the best quarterbacks I've ever seen come out as a rookie. I mean, him and Carson Wentz are nuts, dude. They throw that ball out the building. They make insane reads. They make insane plays. They just don't do stupid shit. They give their team a chance to win every play. Every play, there's a chance that something big is going to happen for him.
I hear that.
With the playmakers around him, he's got frickin' Ezekiel Elliott with him. He's got frickin' Des Bryant.
Yeah.
And, I mean, their defense isn't really
because I hadn't watched an awful lot of Cowboys games. How is Jason Witten doing? I haven't heard anybody say anything about him. Is he still just on some Jason Witten shit or what?
It's just Jason Witten, dude.
Yeah, just silently producing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. But yeah, man, I don't think you. Right. Yeah, I didn't think you predicted. Go ahead, man. Go ahead and finish. I'm sorry, you ain't make your prediction yet.
Oh, all good, man. All good. Cowboys, for sure.
Cowboys. Cinco. What you got, bro?
I'm gonna take the Cowboys in this one. I think that goes another week without throwing an interception. He's making
Yeah.
smart decisions. They got a fucking stud to give it to in the backfield. Still got one of the best O-lines in the game. Defense, the Bengals, they have AJ Green, but they're just not the Bengals that we're used to seeing. Like, they're still not clicking all the way. Like, it's not there yet.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I'll take the Cowboys in this one. Probably I'll say 24-21.
Man, 'cause I feel like Chris Berman right now. You're all on the Cowboys, huh? I'm gonna go Bengals, man, and I'm gonna go that and go pretty comfortably with the Bengals. I think this is the first week they play an offense that is really physical in the front. I think Jeremy Hill is gonna have a big game, and Giovanni Bernard are both gonna have pretty big games on this Cowboy defense. I think they've been kind of getting away with wins on some Rod Marinelli finding a way to hide some guys or whatever, and I don't think they have anybody that can cover AJ Green. He's just been incredible. He was incredible in that Thursday night game against the Dolphins, and I think he continues to be incredible. I think they win because they have to mostly. They had took some early season losses, and you don't want to fall behind the Steelers too far. You don't want to fall behind the Ravens. They both have pretty good records, so you got to kind of stay. You know what I'm saying? You got to kind of stay, somewhere around. So I'm gonna definitely say the Bengals pull that out because they have to on the road. Probably by a good 7-8 points, something like 31-23 or something like that. I think they run the ball pretty well against the Dallas's front. But next game, the Bills and the Rams. Not very fired up to watch that game either. I mean, it's a matchup of two coaches that one of them I really like in Rex Ryan just off his personality alone, but one of them I think is a bum in Jeff Fisher, who I've never been a fan of. But I'm gonna say the Bills, man. I think they are trending up. Just got a big shutout win on the road. You know what I'm saying? Granted, they didn't have Jimmy Garoppolo, but shit, I just watched the Texans get smacked at that stadium. You know what I'm saying? With Jacoby Brissett at quarterback. So I'm gonna just go with the Bills. I think they found a way to win this one. They continue their win streak, and Rex Ryan continues to save his job march at the moment.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bills in this one.
Yeah. What about you, Denver?
I'm gonna take the Bills too. I mean, they made the Patriots look like shit last week, so
Okay.
I'm just gonna leave it there.
That's
All
two
three
big
of us.
wins in a row.
Yeah, that'll be a big one. They need to grab this one because they can really make up some ground. Because I think didn't they start 0-2? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they can really make up some ground, and with a win over the Patriots already, that can really set you up. And the next game and next time you play them is in Buffalo. So you keep winning. You know what I'm saying? You may put yourself in a position to end the longest playoff drought in the National Football League. I want to say they haven't been in the playoffs in like 12, 13 years or something stupid like that. So they really got an opportunity to end that this year if they can keep winning. Chargers and the Raiders. The Raiders are trending up. The Raiders will blow out the Chargers because I just watch us win a game we should not have won against the Chargers. They just continue to just give away games. And I think the Raiders are definitely high on confidence, and they're 3-1 right now. I kind of wish if they was gonna beat us, they should have beat Atlanta too. That would have really helped. But yeah, man, I think the Raiders pull this one out. They have a pretty good game. They win by a comfortable 17 or so points. What you think, Cinco?
Yeah, I've been, and it's crazy because I'm a 49ers fan, but I've been on the Raiders bandwagon this year. I think that team is really good.
Yeah, good young team.
I think they keep it rolling. Crabtree had a big game last week against Baltimore. Derek Carr is just, everything's clicking right now. I think, do they get Latavius Murray back this week?
I believe so. They were saying, I got a message to my phone saying they're hopeful he'll play or something like that. So, Bleacher Report be hooking me up with all that latest injury news and shit. But yeah, I think he's playing this week.
I think they keep rolling, man. I think they get W.
Yeah. Denver, what's up?
It's gonna be the Raiders, man.
Yeah.
Raiders, they're gonna make the playoffs this year. I mean, I think they got a really good team that can do quite a bit. They're gonna get stifled in the playoffs because they're gonna run into a team like the Broncos. But whatever happens, at least
Yeah.
know they're making the playoffs. They're gonna
Yeah.
win a lot of games. They're gonna
Yeah.
keep trending upwards in the couple of years to come. I mean,
Yeah. I
so,
think that
this
team
week
is about to morph
definitely-
into something really, really, really crazy. I don't think it's there yet, but I think it's happening. You know what I'm saying? Because I think they're just solid as head coach. They're making the right decision, front office wise. You know what I'm saying? They're not doing that shit that Al Davis was doing and just drafting guys based on their 40 times and their combine performances. They're really looking and finding studs. And, you know, they could have went with Jadeveon. No, they couldn't have because he went first. But, you know, it was that big whole thing about Jadeveon and Khalil Mack. I think they won that at this point. You know what I'm saying? Because Khalil Mack looks like a stud. And, you know, Khalil Mack is probably one of the better players in the league. And Jadeveon Clowney hasn't really lived up to his potential. But what's the score in that game, man?
It's 24-17, 5 minutes left. The Broncos have the ball on their 19.
Okay.
Miles Jack just went out with I think it's a shoulder tear, knowing this game.
That's nuts.
Yep,
That's
shoulder
nuts.
tear, like I just said.
That's nuts. If one of y'all want to post this podcast on the league page right now, that'd be a good look. That would actually be kind of awesome, Cinco, if you could hop on there, or Denver, one of you cats. They can catch it live instead of us waiting to post it after the game. But moving to the next game here, we got the New York Giants. The New York Giants going to see the Packers after a bye week. They've already lost 2 in a row, and you could just make this shit 3 because Aaron Rodgers is about to go the fuck off. I don't see any way possible the Giants go up there and win this game. Even though, like, if this were a playoff game, then okay, the Giants could go up there and get a win because the Giants just do that type of shit in the playoffs. But yeah, they're gonna get worked, and I think Eddie Lacy and company, they're gonna kind of lead the way with that. The Packers should come away with a big win in this one.
I think man, it's so hard for me to pick against this Giants team because they just got so much talent now. But I don't know.
Do.
It's Aaron Rodgers, but
It's
their
the
defense
extra week though. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
you give them
yeah,
dudes
the
an extra week to prepare for. He's too good a quarterback to do that, and your defense hasn't really come together as fast as you thought it would. You know, the growing pains had to be expected because there's a bunch of new guys on a new defense, but it's just going to be really too hard to do with a quarterback that good, with a coaching staff that good, to just go up there and get a win against the Packers.
That defense isn't all that, and you know Eli has.
But I mean, yeah, I could definitely see Odell having a big game. I don't think they have a corner that can match up with him, and just with all the talk around him this week.
I think Sterling Shepard's going to have a big game too.
He's been rock solid. You know what I'm saying? So that could happen, but if you asking me to predict it now, then I'm gonna still stick with the Packers. So Denver, I know your heart's in this one. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna rock with the Packers. It's Aaron Rodgers. It's hard to pick against this guy. And like you said,
Two of them on the. Told you crazy. 2 of them on.
Oh, Demarius Thomas.
2 of them. I'm sorry. What was I about to say? Fuck. My wife just said something when she walked by and I lost track. I blacked out. Denver, go ahead, bro. My bad.
Tie ball game. 4 minutes left.
It's gonna be Packers, easy.
Yeah, I'm on the same thing. I'm glad we're seeing the same thing here, bro. I just can't see the Giants going up there getting that win. If they do, this is definitely one of those season-changing wins, and this could really affect Green Bay because that will make them, in essence, 3 games behind the Minnesota Vikings in the division race. You got to think about that. The Vikings have a win over them, and if the Vikings win and then these boys lose, they'll be 2-2. So you 2 back, and then the tiebreaker as well. So you got to have it. You know what I'm saying? You got to have it for real. So. And I don't know how long it's gonna be until the Vikings take their first loss, depending on who they play. So you got to win that game.
So I don't know.
They beat them one time in the playoffs. I lied. They beat them 2 times. They beat them boys in the NFC Champ. That's when Favre was there. And they beat him again in the year that Rodgers won his first MVP. I want to say that was the 2011 season when they ended up winning the Super Bowl. So they won a Super Bowl both of those times that they had to go up to Green Bay and get a win. But that's a trip, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna rock with the Packers.
Yeah. And finally, the Monday Night Football game. Shout out to Cinco and this nigga on Monday nights. We head off to this one spot out here called Smoky Bones, and we go ham on these all-you-can-eat wings. We plan on doing that again this Monday and checking this game out.
Oh, yes.
This is clearly one of the games where I really don't care who loses, as long as I just really hope they both lose. You know what I'm saying? Buccaneers and Panthers. Fully expect this shit to be a complete clusterfuck in Carolina. I'm gonna pick Carolina. Not overly confident in them because I think they're trending down more than anything. I think people have kind of figured out what they did last year. That's the problem with kind of running the type of offense that they ran. They ran a lot of the stuff he did at Auburn. These NFL teams, man, they get paid to figure you out. You know what I'm saying? So they get out there over the summer and over the off season, and they find ways to slow Cam Newton down and slow these, that offense that was just running through people. I think this week I saw a stat or something saying this was the first time they hadn't rushed for over 100 yards as a team in like 40 games or some stupid shit like that. So that's a big deal, man. Like they haven't been able to run the ball as effectively as they did last season, but the Buccaneers aren't very good either. So by virtue of them playing at home, I'd probably say the Panthers in a pretty close game, because that's what happens in division games. You tend up playing closer than you really are to that team. So yeah, Panthers by 3, 13-10. Neither offense really gets going.
I'm taking the Bucks. I think Jameis likes that secondary.
That shit is trash, right? But you don't think that Rivera went in that locker room and really tore into their ass after they gave up 300 yards to one motherfucker, bro?
Man, I think he did, but they don't have one DB on that roster that can control that monster number 13 or number 83.
Well, if you say 83, who the fuck is 83?
Vincent Jackson.
Vincent Jackson. Oh, you talking about? Oh yeah. I guess, man. Vincent Jackson kind of fell off. I don't know. I can go either way on this one, so I can definitely see how you say the Bucks, but neither team has really been impressive this season, for real. Since I don't know. What you got though, Denver? Who you picking in this one?
I'm gonna go with the Bucks too. I don't know. I'm really feeling Jameis this week. Panthers kind of look like shit, so I feel like Jameis steps it up. He's gonna be able to run it on that defense. That team, I don't know what they were doing.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's what's up, man. You know, I'm on my own on that one, but like I said, I'll agree with y'all, or you know what I'm saying, agree to disagree with y'all, because I just think it's just the home field advantage that will carry them to the win. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause neither team, like I said, has been really, really good, especially now defensively. So, you know, we'll see what happens, and neither have been really great offensively either, other than that first week when Jameis threw 4 touchdowns. But hey, you know, it is what it is, man. Well, yeah, that'll be it for this week as far as the picks. Anything you guys want to touch on? Anything about the league? Any rules? Any questions? Anything you want to put out there?
No, man. Go Colts, man. We're gonna be back.
I'm gonna toss one thing out here, just because I've had a couple people ask me too. Off season, 2 trades, no trades. What's up with that?
It's like 2 trades. Your trades start over in the off season. So
yeah,
okay.
I don't know if it's not like 2 trades in the off season and 2 trades in the regular season. It's just 2 trades you gotta go through out there. Obviously, pick trades don't count against your pick for picks are unlimited. So you guys can definitely do that. But we definitely gonna check it out, man. And definitely looking forward to an eventful off season, man. I think and I just want to put out there, man, is that we gonna really be on you niggas about unplayed games come season 2.
Yeah.
It's too much of that going on, man. I'm just keeping it real. Like week 1 of this season, we had one unplayed. That's unacceptable for real. I mean, we were just getting started in the Madden. It's like every week we have at least one unplayed game. If it's not because of just like a scheduling conflict, then we should definitely be able to get that shit in, man. And if you can't handle the pace of the league, then we might, because this league ain't overly fast. We don't advance early or anything like that. We try to keep everybody involved. So really, man, we might end up having to replace some guys. So mostly we
want the website. You want me to keep track of that missed games?
Yeah, that would be great. That would be great.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, but we need to at least if somebody's posting, we're gonna post a matchup each week. That's gonna be from us. We'll post the matchups. We need to see some type of communication. Like if I can definitely understand people not being able to match up a time because it's really difficult to do that. We got responsibilities other than Madden. This is not life for me at all. I got 2 kids and a wife and you know what I'm saying, and a life and a job and a puppy and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I got all that shit in my life, but I'm gonna play my games for the most part. I'm probably myself. I was kind of spreading myself thin in multiple leagues. Next year, I plan on just being in EMG and just being able to manage this league a lot better. So, just let us know, man. Like, reach out to your opponent. If you have scheduling conflicts, you can always tag an admin. We can help mediate that shit. You know what I'm saying? But just be real vocal with each other and try to get these games in. We can't be having this, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody agreed to be in the league and they wanted to play their games. We shouldn't have to have, Terrence Blair posting about unplayed games. So, hopefully, probably everybody's enjoying this game that I think is popping right now. Obviously, because Cinco. What's the score in that game?
31-24. He was Broncos was driving. He just threw a pick to Zach Brown with 1:04 left.
Was it a pick six?
Nah, he threw a pick. He was on the, I want to say the 15-yard line.
So who's winning?
Jags.
Oh man, that might have locked it up. The man might punch his ticket to the big dance tonight. It's a trip.
He got three timeouts though.
I think had been hitting me up from talking about playing, so might be able to get to the Super Bowl tonight. I can't guarantee that we're gonna play it tonight though. It's like by the time I would end that game, it'd be like 1 o'clock. I gotta be up at 6 to go to work. So I don't know if I win. I don't know if I'd be able to play tonight the Super Bowl, but I definitely will be able to get it in at some point tomorrow. I'll make a way definitely, but I gotta actually win that game first and foremost. If anybody is friends with Tamario Warren on Facebook, please go to his page and check out this live stream where this nigga got these glasses that have words that come across them. Like, this shit is crazy. I'm too sexy is on the glasses. You motherfuckers got to see this shit. I might share it in the league. This nigga, man. But yeah, man. That's it, man. It's been another successful podcast, man. We're gonna try to get some more guests on there. I know Gabriel reached out. I know Joseph reached out, the Broncos owner. Those guys wanted to be a part of the podcast. Definitely, I know Denver had mentioned something about doing a kind of Super Bowl Sunday thing. I'm for that. I'm 100% for that. Flooding the page with, stats and highlights from, the 2 Super Bowl participants season and things like that. I'm definitely for that. But we'll definitely see with that. So let's really good podcast, man. I appreciate it. Another shout out to my hosts here, man, my co-hosts, Denver and Cinco. These boys really have been a big help in here. See you on the other side, man. We're gonna try to get a couple more of these in before. Well, we're definitely gonna do one for the Super Bowl, and want to definitely kind of do one in the off season and try to get some of you other guys in here and talk about some things. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to holler at us. But yeah, man, shout out to you boys. Wait, hold on. We was about to sign off, but it looks like the AFC champion has just stepped. It just stepped in the building in the podcast. Dante Robinson, congratulations, brother. You know what I'm saying on your AFC championship game. How'd you feel about everything that popped off in that old man?
It's crazy, man. Like, I don't know. I ain't
Yeah.
She performed a lot more, but I just felt like Mason was really carrying the stakes.
Well, shout out to Joseph for fighting back. I know he went down 14-0 and started. I didn't get to see much of any of the game, to be quite honest with you. Even though I probably could have played that shit on my phone just now. I didn't even think about it. But
Yeah, I was watching it.
definitely what you call it, bro. Maybe you'll know, Dante. If let's say y'all game was on YouTube just now, right?
Yeah.
If I go to the YouTube app and I turn the broadcast on, will it show y'all's game on the YouTube app? You know what I'm saying, on my broadcast? Nah, this nigga, man, you supposed to be tech support, man. What the fuck?
So what the fuck you trying to do? You trying to broadcast yourself?
No, I'm saying we were gonna broadcast y'all's game and with our commentary on it and just kind of go through the game. You know what I'm saying? And do that for most of the game of the weeks next year or the Super Bowl coming up and shit like that. We definitely should try that. Like, I don't know, Cinco or Denver, like one of y'all, you know, when the Super Bowl's going on. If I'm in it. If I'm not in it, I'll take the lead on that shit. But, you know, try to do that shit.
Pull up the screen like
Yeah.
PlayStation shit.
Yeah, not
Open up your phone.
exactly. You don't think that'll work? That's interesting, man.
Just don't broadcast from the home screen. None of that shit.
But it don't have to be the home screen. Like, can I do it from the app? You know, there's a YouTube app on PS4. Would it allow me to do that? So yeah, I'd have to check it out. We'll do a test run on that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying, at some point. But yeah, man, back to your shit, man. Congratulations. What was the final score end up being? 31-24?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, definitely, man. Congratulations once again. So who would you rather play in this NFC at the Super Bowl, or it just doesn't matter?
I mean, honestly, it don't matter. I'm on some revenge shit right now, bro.
Yeah. I gotta win the game first. I don't know if that. Would you say that man was reaching out to me or what?
He said, he could have played the game if you wanted to play it.
I'll holler at him and see what's up. Why you ain't tag me though? I ain't get a tag on that shit. Oh, he did. He tagged me like an hour ago. Yeah, on the what you call it post. Well, definitely apologize. You can see why I didn't see it. I was actually on this fucking podcast or whatever, trying to do the shit for the betterment of the league. Yeah, man, Dante, I touched on unplayed games and how that shit has to not happen next season. I don't know if you wanted to piggyback on that shit. Yeah.
You gotta tag them dudes and, taking up time. That shit supposed to be that shit's not fun.
Not at all.
That
Not
shit
at
whack.
all.
Yeah.
My time, it's like, you should do is play your fucking game that you committed to. Join this league.
Yeah. So even if you taking L's and you're not in playoff contention, we expect you to be an active participant. I know Ben Keown was 1-15 this year, and I don't think that man missed the game for real. Like, he was still actively scheduling and playing games week 15 and 16. So if he could do that shit, I know you niggas can get up and sit down on the couch, roll something up, and play the goddamn game. You know what I'm saying? So definitely.
The niggas that don't be playing the game, they be the main ones in the group trying to make trades and shit.
That.
Just missed the last 5 games. Like, why are you out there in this good strong quiet pieces for a team that
The motherfucker trying to be fantasy GMs. You know what I'm saying? They want to have niggas on their team and let the computer determine their stats. But yeah, get on your shit, fellas. I'm not trying to nag y'all. We all grown-ups here. But at the same time, don't waste our time. Don't waste your own time. Hold on a second. Shit. Excuse me. But yeah, man, we're going to sign off on this one. Best of luck to Gabriel, whenever we get this one cracking. Congratulations once again to Dante. Hell of a season to Joseph. This man came in mid-season hungry, and he was one game away from the Super Bowl, so he looks like he's going to be a problem and a mainstay in EMG. So I definitely look
Yeah,
forward
yeah.
to the further games with him. All right, but shout out, man. See you guys next time.